All right. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Our Parents' Basement. Thank you for joining us yet again on your Thursday evening or tuning in to your favorite podcast device. We are happy to be with you. It is another lovely Thursday evening, and it is time for another lovely episode of Our Parents' Basement. I am Philip, and with me this evening are the two usual suspects. The first is the lovely Charles. And Charles, how's it going tonight?
I knew it went live that her Jenny's phone go off because she's got the reminder. When we go live, she gets an alert. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's weird. I get an alert too.
I'm in there
that's how I know when we go live or when the button is pressed, because it registers on my phone and then it starts registering on everything else. So.
Yeah. Really?
I'm part of the show and I know that I get the alerts on my phone.
Yeah. As soon as it went live, you went on. I heard Jenny's phone go bing. I'm like, oh. We are live.
Oh, how do you have to show me after we go off the air how to do that? Because
there's a little bell you ring
on your phone.
Subscribe. Well, no, on
oh, when you subscribe. Oh, yeah, new phone.
Bell
that's
you ring.
Right.
Hold on. Stop. Okay. Everybody, you're not subscribed to this podcast.
Oh, I was subscribed to my iTunes.
Okay, but
on my old phone. Yeah.
On your old phone.
Yeah, my iPhone.
Well, since now that you're on Android, you can get it on Google Play, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Spotify, Stitcher.
All the places.
All the places.
And like, you're slow at subscribing, seems like it. You're slow at being Turf's friend on
I know, I'm so
Switch.
Now I'm slow at supporting my own podcast.
I was having an okay day.
Jeez.
Like, we're coming up on 3 years and you haven't even subscribed to the YouTube channel yet.
No, I've subscribed to the YouTube channel. I subscribed on iTunes. I think that's it. But I am subscribed, and I tell people about it all the time. So, but I will, I'll jump on that because this alert thing is nifty. So, yeah, I will do that.
Jenny's probably watching right now.
Yeah. Well, Charles, how's it going? Like I said.
It was going okay until now.
Until now.
My heart has been crushed. So
I'm sorry.
No back talk, sucker.
Well, it's good to see you, as always.
It's always good to see you.
Thank you. And we also got Turf. And Turf, how's it going this evening?
Man, I am well. I'm kind of like Charles. I'm a little crushed, a little disheartened.
So very sorry about this.
Yeah, we like every subscriber is important, even if they're part of the podcast. So
yes.
You can go ahead and subscribe and hey, you can interact with me if you want to. Hit me up on Twitter at OPB Podcast.
I'm on the Twitter. I have their Twitter and Facebook, obviously.
Facebook.com/OPB Podcast. Just, if you didn't know, it's there. So you can interact with me or you can just text me since you have my number. But
yeah. See, it's kind of like, remember back in the days of MySpace, and everyone had the top 8. Remember the top 8?
Yeah, I remember the top 8.
And to be in someone's top 8, it's like, yes, I'm in their top 8.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I'm in the top 8. Well, I mean, you shouldn't feel too crushed by this because I have your guys' contact information. I know where y'all live. I mean, it's like the top 8 of podcasts.
I agree.
But I will subscribe. I'm going to subscribe on my new phone. We're going to get this.
Subscribe to your own podcast. Good job.
Yeah.
Keep those numbers going up.
Maybe I'm very egocentric. Maybe that's that I'm that arrogant or that conceited, I guess, that I have subscribed to my own podcast and my own YouTube channel.
Well, I mean, it's just that I got this new phone and I really have no excuse other than a new phone.
I'm so self-important that I get notifications to my own phone when I get on the internet. When I broadcast to the world, I have to let myself know. I'm like, hey, guess what?
I'm on the internet.
I'm on the internet right now.
And I've subscribed with all 5 of my YouTube accounts.
Wow.
So you have 5 YouTube accounts?
Yeah.
Okay.
5 different channels. And they've all subscribed. I've tried different things on YouTube, but I've abandoned some of them, but I subscribe.
Well,
okay.
As long as it's more subscribers, am I right?
That's right.
About the numbers.
Yeah, it's all about those digits. So
Our YouTube channel is like very minuscule compared to our audio channel, right?
Yeah.
who, me?
Yeah, like our YouTube channel
Oh yeah,
has like a tenth of the downloads but has a very small fraction. I don't even know what it is compared to. Yeah, our YouTube really gets less than like 20 views per episode, but then we might have, a few hundred on the audio version.
Or even a few thousand sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyways, back to the task at hand.
Turf, it's great to see you too.
Yeah, man, I'm loving life.
Yeah. Well, this topic for this evening is a fun one, and this came from our very own Turf. So, Turf, do you mind if I hand the floor to you and you can introduce this topic for this evening?
I will. I will take the reins, sir. The reindeer, if you will. Every Christmas, we come together, people, families, friends, dirty Santas, come together and give each other gifts. And tonight, I thought we might recap some of those best gifts that we've received. Maybe even touch on some of the most horrible gifts that we've received. And I put something out there to the interwebs on Twitter and Facebook, and I wanted to hear some of y'all's worst. I actually asked about the worst because those are more fun stories, right?
Yeah, those give a better story usually.
So I've got a few of those that we might share that are just really, really terrible. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're doing the best and worst of Christmas Day.
So, Turf, where did this idea come from before we get into it?
It's that time of year again, gentlemen. It's that time of giving, that time of receiving, which anybody who says they don't like to get a gift is a liar.
Oh yeah.
I mean, who doesn't like to get a present? I mean, it's fun to give. I enjoy giving. I like to see the look on somebody's face when I really knock it out of the park on a gift. There's the crushing sense of the small disappointment when you don't get a good gift or you don't give a good gift. But it's Christmas time, man, and I just wanted to share some of our fondest memories. And then on the flip side of that, everybody does the good memories. Let's have some fun with the really bad gifts that when the time Grandma or Aunt Sue wrapped up her cat.
Well,
that happened to you?
No, that was on Christmas Vacation, and it wasn't Sue. I can't remember her name.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute, that sounds vaguely familiar. Well, like Turf, were you when you were originally talking about this topic? You said you gave the example of socks, like a pack of socks. Now, if I got some socks for Christmas, like I'm like, sweet, I don't have to do laundry for another day. You know?
Okay, whenever you get a package of socks for Christmas, it's never like I'm not talking about when you get cool socks. Like right now, I'm wearing some socks with like Gonzo from the Muppets on it. I would be really happy with socks, with those kind of fun socks. But every time you get a package of socks for Christmas, it's always the Hanes, the ones with the white and the red stripe on the toe and the gray heel and the gray toe. You know what I'm talking about. It's utter trash. And you wouldn't even buy them for yourself, not because you don't like to buy socks, but because these socks suck. And that's generally, you get a package of tube socks from, your grandmother or your aunt or, whoever wrapped up the cat.
Those are the socks I buy. I don't care about socks. I like socks now. I'm happy to get socks now.
But, really, like a pack of socks is what, like
as a gift?
It's like $8.49 at Walmart. I mean, do we need more socks? I know I'm beating a dead horse, but that's kind of the poster child. That is the mascot of bad gifts.
Now, I guess when you're growing up, definitely, like you get, this cool new toy car, this cool new action figure, a pack of socks. Well, that's just silly.
Absolutely.
Charles, you seem irate. What's wrong?
I got some, socks as a kid. I never wore them. They had some that's like little ruffles on them.
What?
I don't know why the fuck I got these.
Ruffle?
Someone gave me these. They had these little, these ruffly.
Like frills?
Yeah, that's ruffly shit on there. It's like pirate socks.
Pirate socks. It would only fit a peg leg.
And they only went down to your ankles.
When
I never wore them.
so they were ankle socks with frills, huh?
Yeah,
My
I'm
sister
like,
had some of those about 1987.
that's when I got
Yeah,
them in 1987.
Everyone knew a girl with those socks, and they usually wore like the whitest of white shoes to go with them. And
Absolutely. Or black shoes, one or the other. Maybe
Yeah,
some
those-
black patent leather.
I never wore those damn things.
Now that was a gift to you.
Yes. And my cousin got the same damn things. She got the same things.
Who'd this come from?
I don't know. I don't remember. This was, God, freaking 30 years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
It came from
sometimes
a,
the gift is really bad. You remember who gave
came
it to you.
from a family friend, I think, who like never really always, they didn't always show up to Christmas or whatever, or Easter or whatever, but they
Yeah.
always gave a gift for my grandma to give. So
Well, Turf, what about you? What's one that's like just so?
Well-
Not talking about socks.
Not talking about socks or underwear. Whenever I was a kid, my uncle, let's see, I want to say it was my uncle's dad,
hmm
like my aunt's husband's dad. So somebody that kind of knew my parents and, just was vaguely aware, but he was like a nice guy.
Sure,
So he
sure.
wanted to see something. He would always, every year, we got a bag of oranges. And I just thought this was like, okay, this is what this guy likes to do. Or can't even remember his name. I just remember always getting the bag of oranges because I didn't like oranges. My dad always ate them. But anyways, we would get this bag of oranges. Apparently that was a thing. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of people in the world that got like apples and oranges in their stocking, which
that's very traditional.
it's very okay. I'll tell you, and then I got to looking into it as I got a little older. Back in the day, back before produce was as readily available as it is now,
Uh-huh.
if you lived in the middle part of the country and you had oranges in the wintertime, that was prosperity. You must have money. That was a real treat because citrus doesn't grow in this part of the world during the wintertime.
Okay, so there's a history behind this.
Like when this dude was a kid or this dude was growing up or a young adult or whatever, because he was like 1,000 years old, he would have been very old.
Yeah.
That was a sign of prosperity. That was a big deal. Like you were somebody if you had an orange in the middle of December. So, yeah, as an adult looking back on it, I'm like, good on you, man. Thanks for sending oranges. But it's still a horrible gift. Who wants to get a stocking full of oranges?
And there's like nuts sometimes, like walnuts in the shells.
All right. This is not a horrible gift, but this is like something that Angie and I have picked up. Like, you remember, did any of y'all have like the nut bowl around Christmas when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Like at grandma's house or your parents' house or whatever.
Mhm.
All right. That's something we've kept doing. We found I say nice, it's really, really tacky, but it looks like it's a big wooden bowl. It's probably like a foot across. I mean, it's a big bowl. And I'll have to take a picture of this because it's glorious. And it's wooden. It looks like it's carved out of like one piece of wood from a log. And we found it at Goodwill. And we got the nut crackers, the crab cracker things. And we have the nuts. We have the mixed nuts, the Brazil nuts, which are delicious. I love almonds, walnuts, pecans. And they're all floating. The hazelnuts. They're all in this bowl, and I love that. That's Christmas to me. When Christmas time rolls around, you get to throw the nuts in the bowl, and you get that out with your Christmas decorations. So, big on the nuts. Love nuts. Love to.
You love
just
nuts?
A handful of nuts.
Who doesn't?
Don't we all?
But I had, growing up, I had sambe, the Japanese rice crackers, big bowl of that.
I don't think I've had those before.
They're awesome.
Sounds good. Yeah.
But back
That's
to
the Japanese side. Back to horrible.
gifts.
Well, I have one that, I have many, but this is one I just thought of. So I'm not going to say who it came from, but I remember who it came from. You know how sometimes there's like these ice trays that make fun shapes?
Right.
I got one of those.
What shapes?
Seashells.
Oh, that would have been about 1993. I'm sure.
Well, I got this in 2007.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do they listen to the podcast?
No, this person does. And even if this person did, I don't think this person would remember gifting me those. And of course, when I got them, I'm like, thank you. These are so fun. I can't wait to use these. And then as soon as this person left, I was like, seriously?
Did you ever use them?
Do you know who I am? Like, why would I use this? What was that?
Okay, as a gentleman that enjoys a drink, I could see you using ice cubes.
Oh yeah, by going to the ice maker, done.
What are they in other shapes?
Come again?
What are they in other shapes? Besides seashells, what do you use those ice cubes?
No, I mean it's an ice tray. I mean, it's. Oh, you mean like shape of penises? Is that what you're going for, Charles?
Oh, I wasn't going that way. God, your mind's in the gutter.
I actually had, and this is like in the last 4 years, I had an Avengers ice tray that we kept. Me and Isaac would keep Avengers ice cubes because they were fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for little kids, sure. Go ahead, Charles. Sorry.
Say, would you use those Avengers ice cubes while drinking the Green River?
No, the Green River. Yeah, no, we didn't, but we should have. Man, let me tell you what. I miss that. I wish Green River came further south. It's so gloriously syrupy and sweet. So good.
But yeah, I don't care what shape they would be in. I mean, if I need ice, I just go to the fridge with the ice maker.
So you're just like ice cubes.
Yeah, ice cubes. Ice cubes are ice cubes. They don't need to be fun shapes. And even if they didn't need to be fun shapes, I mean, they melt and deform anyway within a couple of minutes. So what's the point? So
that's very true. But they're fun when they go in there. I would like to have, and of course I'm not a Scotch guy, but I wish I was a Scotch guy because I would like to have like 2 fingers of Scotch on the rocks with my Avengers ice cubes. That would be amazing to me.
Or get some like whiskey stones.
Right. No, I want my Avengers ice cubes. Well, the water when the ice melts a little bit is supposed to cut the whiskey just a little bit and bring out more of the flavors. I really want to be a whiskey guy, and my brother really is a whiskey guy.
Yeah, your brother is a whiskey guy.
He's absolutely like he knows the names of the expensive whiskeys, and he'll splurge every now and then about no, not that. That's swill. That's for the help. It's nope. It'll be something. Bullet? Yeah, it'll be something like he'll spend $100 on a bottle of Scotch just because to treat himself. So
that is cheap for Scotch.
Well, no, compare that Jack Daniels that was $16.75 at the corner liquor stores, which it's sour mash whiskey, but still, I don't know the difference.
Yeah, even if I like a nice, mixed drink every now and again, if I need ice, again, back to the point of this, I would not use seashells to ice my drink. I would use regular
seashells by the seashore. All right, guys, if y'all can see this, I'm going to show you something on my phone. This is Angie apparently is listening, and she sent me a picture of this. If y'all can see our glorious nut bowl, it's not
nice. A bowl of nuts.
That is a huge. Let's see. Here's like the side of our nut bowl, and it gives you like an idea of what it looks like. It's really looks like it's carved from one piece of wood, like
nice cherry pine.
Yes.
Nice.
So it's a lovely bowl of nuts.
Yeah, it's classic looking.
Very. Oh man, we have fun with it. Plus, we'll sit around and eat nuts. So who doesn't love a good almond every now and then? Crack your own.
So yeah, that's what I had. What about you? What else? Are we still talking about bad ones?
Yeah, let's talk about some more bad ones.
Yeah, the bad ones are fun.
Of course, the socks and underwear are king. They're not the number one on everybody's list. When I was a teenager, not so much when I was a little kid. Well, when I was a little kid, it sucked to get clothes, right? Christmas morning was there, and you're like, oh, I'm going to open a present. Like, not this one, because those were clothes. You could give them a shake. Like, oh, yeah, this is a toy. Feel it. This is a Legos. And then you pick this one up, and it's like, shh, shh, shh. And it's like, oh, that is absolutely a sweatshirt. So that was one of the worst things. But then it got even just a touch worse. And God love her if she's ever stumbles across this, because I don't think she listens to it. But my mother, she is a wonderful lady and one of my favorite people on the planet. She, especially in the late 90s, had horrible taste in clothes. And I'm not talking like kind of bad. I'm talking like, wow. So about the time that I developed my own.
For you or for everyone?
Well, for me, especially, I'm only
Okay.
worried about it. I'm very, like we talked about this earlier. I'm very egocentric, so I'm just worried about me. So, no. She dressed fine. She could dress herself fine. She doesn't look like hideous when she goes out in public. She's a classy lady.
Yeah.
She would buy clothes, and this is in the mid to late 90s. So keep in mind, I'm in junior high to high school, and you're kind of careful what you wear, right? Well, my mother, she was trying to do good, and this was the time like Tommy Hilfiger got to be a name brand.
Oh, okay.
Or I don't
Jinko?
know, whatever. No, not Jinko. I never had any of those. But she would
Airwalks.
I said no, that wasn't my steez either. I was always a Nike kid.
Okay.
But she would always get you the shirt, like the Tommy Hilfiger shirt with a giant American flag across it, and it said Tommy. And just giant. You were a walking billboard.
Yeah.
She knew that you like one of these name brands. The cool kids are wearing the name brands, and that's whether it's right or not. That's a reality in high school. So she was trying to help us out, and she got the most god awful clothes in the history of mankind. There was probably some blue jeans with an emblazoned American flag on the pants. Just horrible taste. So it's like it was always such a what's the opposite of a treat? Whenever you got some clothes from my loving mother.
So it was not a treat, it was a disaster.
Yeah, it was a fashion faux pas.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was bad, and she, like I said, she meant well. There was just a weird time when you were trying to look good for the ladies, and but you couldn't afford your own clothes, so your mom was trying to help you out. So you went from getting Chicago Bulls attire, because that's what you wore in junior high. You wore Nike everything and whatever else, to these other brands because you're trying to be somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she just couldn't do it, man. That was a bad time.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that era, if it's what I'm thinking of, was kind of like a weird time for fashion anyway, because it just seemed like stylists had an identity crisis, because they weren't sure what looked good with what. So
yeah, it was bad. Everything, and what was really bad, and I don't know if brands do this as much now, like these name brands like Ralph Lauren or Tommy Hilfiger or whatever else, you were a walking billboard.
Gap still does, I think.
I don't mind like the Gap sweatshirt that just says Gap real big on the chest.
Mm-hmm.
Not mad at that at all.
Gap always has done that, I think,
because it's kind of classic at this point, right? They've done it for 30 years, so I don't mind a Gap sweatshirt.
Okay, cool.
Gap hoodie.
But
all right,
but
somebody else go.
This is. I got a photo of it.
Ooh, visual aid. Okay,
it's a good gift, and it is some video games that aren't the best games. So they're not horrible, but, now I look back, they're pretty bad games. I could never do too good at them, but let me see if I get this screen share going. I can't. It's not working.
For those listening audio only, we are trying to look at a picture, courtesy of Mr. Charles.
God damn it.
Paint us a picture with your words, my man.
Well, it is, I've got a sweatshirt.
Okay.
It's a Nintendo Power sweatshirt.
Ooh, I think I know what picture this is, but go on.
And I got a Nintendo baseball cap, and I also got a copy of Star Voyager and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
And you have a very interesting expression on your face, if I'm not mistaken.
I think I was eating something.
Okay, yeah. I've seen this picture before. He showed it to us years ago. And it was a different time back in those days.
Let me tell you,
Charles.
That's glorious. Just the fact that you had a Nintendo Power
sweatshirt.
That is gold. I would stab somebody for that.
It probably still fits because
I've seen I'm tiny.
Yeah, but you're cute, so it's okay.
Okay.
Now this was a good gift. This is obviously not a bad gift, right?
It is a mix of the two.
Oh, okay.
It is cool to get video games, but they're not Some of the best video games around.
What games were they again?
Star Voyager and Indiana Jones and a Temple of Doom.
Neither of which I played. So
Star Voyager isn't bad. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom was the Atari. It was or the arcade game knockoff, right?
I don't remember. It was the NES.
Yeah, there's a console version of the. It didn't work. It's not fun.
It is very, very hard to complete.
okay, yeah. Well, I remember one year. This was the year that Final Fantasy VII actually was released, and I made it a point to tell my folks, "Hey, I really want this game. You know, I'll beg, borrow, and steal whatever I have to do to get this. So this is like top of my wish list." And that Christmas, I did not get that, but there was a sliver of hope because a relative was coming by the house for that Christmas, and she had a gift just for me, all special just for me. You know, I think I'm her godson or something. And if she's listening to this, I apologize because I love her dearly. But she did not get me Final Fantasy VII. She got me The Phantom Toll Booth, the book. Did anyone ever read that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's like by the time how should I say this? The book was well beyond my time, by which I mean I was too old to read it. It's basically a kid's book. It's
Right.
cute, but I was just looking at it like, wow, this is the worst Christmas ever. And I think my sister actually ended up getting it because it was more of her speed, more of her age group.
Right.
So yeah, it wasn't a total bust, but man, you want to talk about a severe letdown? That whole year of Christmas was just
funny.
A stinker.
Let's see. My worst, and this is my absolute worst Christmas present that I ever got.
Mm-hmm.
One year when I was in college, somebody gave me, when you're just starting out in life and you need like small appliances, like a toaster is a cool gift when you're 20 something because you don't have one yet, or you never know. These small appliances are pretty cool, little gadgets for the kitchen. Someone gave me a fondue pot. Now, that's not the best part. It wasn't just any fondue pot. It was a fondue pot that still had a sliver, just a tiny, maybe an inch long piece of wrapping paper still attached to it because someone had given it to them.
Oh, you were regifted.
I was regifted a fondue pot. Now, I don't know if y'all know me that well out there in the interwebs, but I'm not exactly I'm more of a fondant kind of guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not really. I'm not going to dip stale bread and cheese. Just and share. I don't know. I would if we went to a fondue restaurant. I'm sure it'd be a lot of fun, but I'm not going to make my own fondue.
Yeah, don't make your own. Let's go to a restaurant for that.
But yeah, that's probably the worst thing I was ever given.
So did you call the person out saying, "Hey, why is there other wrapping paper on this?"
And I was like, "Hey, thanks," and just kind of went on about it. That's just what you got to do, right?
Who is that from?
A person that's come and gone through the life,
Okay, yeah. See, if the gift is really bad, you can usually remember like who did this to you.
Oh, I remember who did it. It's just I don't want to call him out.
Oh. That's fine. That's fine. Understandable. Well, I mean, surely. Well, did you get anything good that Christmas? Like, what's a good gift?
A good gift.
Yeah, let's talk about good gifts for a second.
I've had a ton of good gifts because I've had a lot of really, really good. My parents have gotten me video games for, I don't know, 30 years. And I think
parents.
2 years ago was the first time that I did not get a video game for Christmas at all. Like nobody got me one, which is a really odd occurrence.
Did you not ask for one, or?
Well, no, it was mostly me buying everything.
Oh.
I bought it before, so nobody would really buy nobody bought me any games because I bought them all myself. But yeah, that was the biggie. That I've had a ton of really good ones, and I'll start off with my number one. My number one Christmas gift that, for this podcast, for the whatever's going on here, in 1987. I woke up on Christmas morning. I went around. Well, we only had one level, so it's not like I plopped down the stairs. I came and went to the living room down the hall and spied what Santa Claus had brought me. He had gifted me a NES Deluxe set.
Oh, yes,
And
yes, yes.
The NES Deluxe set it had Gyromite and Duck Hunt in there, had Rob the Robot in the box and the Zapper, 2 controllers, and then right there on top of it was Super Mario Brothers. It wasn't packed in with it, but man, it was right there. So that was my number one Christmas morning, was my NES Deluxe set, and it started something that could be called a mental illness. That was the beginning of all my collecting, and I wish I still had that box. I still have the system. I can see it right now. I still have Rob. He's right here behind me, but I don't have the box for that deluxe set. But I sure wish I did. I sure wish I had that. But, lost to the annals of time. But that is my number one Christmas gift of all time.
Wow, of all time.
Nice.
Wow. What about you, Charles?
Let's see. Is it 1994-ish? Got a Super Nintendo with Super Mario All-Stars, Super Mario World, and Donkey Kong Country. That was one of my best Christmas gifts. Was it 94? Yeah, it was 94, yeah. Also, what else would there be? Lots of Legos. Every time I got Legos. It was a good gift.
Yeah, Legos are good.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Mm-mm. Yeah, that's a classic good gift, because we're of a certain age where Legos were actually, we would play with them and enjoy them and, build things.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, I have this is kind of like a bit of an off-topic thing. You know how I see a lot of parents, not Turf obviously, but parents in general, what they want to shut their kid up, they give them a screen, like a tablet or a phone or something. Do you think if they were to try to give them an actual physical toy like Legos or Hot Wheels or Transformers, they would know what to do?
Legos are bigger than they've ever been. Like, the company of Legos is bigger now than in the history of Legoisms. Yeah, kids know how to do Legos. Isaac has tons. And let's back up. I'm going to say hundreds of pounds of Legos. He has a lot. He has several, maybe not hundreds, maybe 100 pounds of Legos, because that's a lot of Legos. But yeah, he does know, they do know how to do Legos. Now they don't do toys like we did.
Yeah.
The action figures, I know you were into the X-Men action figures for
Yeah.
They don't, Isaac doesn't play, and I don't know if it's just him, and he will some, he knows how, but they just don't do it. They don't have that the opportunity, I guess. It's not really boredom. It's just, we had these toys and we had some spare time, so the imagination ran wild. They don't have the downtime like we did. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah.
Everything's moving faster, and you have screens, you have whatever else just at your fingertips at all times. So that's good and bad, I think. The obvious bad is that they don't have the imagination, or they don't know how to play. But at the same time, they're probably smarter than we were.
Mm-hmm.
They catch on to some things faster. They're
Sure.
more technologically advanced. So I'm not going to say it's bad. It's just different.
Okay. Different's good. I was just wondering about that, just random thought that came into my head.
Yeah, but he's had he's had action figures and Legos and Transformers and whatever else his whole life, so he does know.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I would say some of my best Christmas gifts, aside from video games, were X-Men figures to add to my X-Men figure collection. I got this cool one of Cyclops, this one of Banshee. I got big size Wolverine figure. I got Storm, Magneto, just all these really cool things, and they all had little different actions. I thought that, I mean, if I got a video game, I was very happy, but I was equally happy getting like an X-Men figure.
Oh yeah.
So that just shows you the sign of the times.
What was that? Now, was that more of a collection type thing, or was that to play with?
To play with. Oh yeah, I had
Okay.
unwrapped those things and I took them out of the box and made my own episodes in my head, and I use that imagination.
Ah, there you go. There you go. I like it.
But if I had to pick one like epic Christmas, it would be the one in '98, because the year before that was when I was hoping to get Final Fantasy VII and the PlayStation. Well, it didn't happen. But in '98, we got our PlayStation, we got our FF7, we got our Breath of Fire 3, we got strategy guides for both of them, and life was good. So yeah, thanks Mom and Dad for both. Yeah, exactly. Thanks Mom and Dad for that. Only took a year, but thank you for that.
They're slow learners.
Yeah, it's all good. So yeah, I think we're a gaming podcast. I think video games are going to be our number one pick for best gift ever. But I mentioned X-Men figures. Was there something that kind of was at that same level of a video game that when you open it up, you're like, this is the best thing ever?
When I was younger, and this is just from my mom showed me pictures because I kind of remember the feeling. But one Christmas, I was probably 5-ish. I came down and I came around the same house. I didn't have stairs, so I didn't come down the stairs again. I came down the hall and I saw Castle Grayskull, which, if you don't know what Castle Grayskull is the good guy play set for He-Man, Masters of the Universe. And I got that, and I had Point Dread and the Talon Fighter, which was like
nice.
the plane and had an attachment for Castle Grayskull. Point Dread fit on top of your Castle Grayskull, so it was an add-on to your playset. That was one that was really good. I loved He-Man and loved Masters of the Universe when I was a kid. I've got a soft spot for it still.
Yeah.
So that was a really good one. I wish that most of my He-Man guys and the action figures and stuff, they're all played with. I wish I could find them in like good conditions. Like my mom has a lot of my toys still, but they're all played with to death. Like I don't have any, I don't have the accessories. I don't have the weapons. I found one of like the big spider that Skeletor rode on, had a big, one of the legs was broke. Oh, that sucks so bad. I'd love to have that up on a shelf. So it's bittersweet when I find that stuff, because it was all played with, and I wasn't rough on it, so to speak, but it was definitely used.
Awesome. What about you, Charles? Got something that's just as good as a video game?
I got Snake Mountain once for Christmas.
Nice.
What's that?
It's also like He-Man. It was Skeletor's home base. It had a little speaker. You spoke into it, and your voice echoed and vibrated and thundered. They had like a little spring in there, so you'd hit the microphone thing, and it would thunder.
Oh yeah, that was a really good.
That sounds really neat.
I got that one Christmas too, or for maybe a birthday or something. But I had Snake Mountain, and I had the Fright Zone too. The Hordak, you kept up with it, and She-Ra came out. The bad guy in She-Ra was named Hordak, and the evil Horde, and She-Ra was the girl version of He-Man, kind of.
It's like his sister or something like that?
Yeah, it was his sister. It was his twin sister. Anyways, she was not in Eternia. Where was she at? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
But the She-Ra stuff was all marketed to girls, and it looked different. But the bad guys for She-Ra all were packaged just like the He-Man characters, which was weird, and they were marketed towards boys. But yeah, I had the Fright Zone had like this rubber snake pup or monster puppet that you stuck through there. That was another cool one. Sorry, man, I stepped all over your Christmas story.
I remember that.
Do you? It was awesome.
Yeah, it's like this little rubbery thing. Yeah. God, I wish all my He-Man stuff was in good condition too. It's all Play to Live
Man.
and falling apart, broken, missing parts.
I
The
tell you
microphone
what,
don't
and
work.
this is a horse of a different color, is a topic for another day. But
Yeah.
other than maybe Ninja Turtles, because Ninja Turtles had some really cool stuff, the Masters of the Universe was the most imaginative line of toys. They had such the play sets were awesome. The vehicles were amazing. It was so. I mean, they made a commercial or made a toy or made a cartoon just to be a commercial for toys.
Pretty
So
much.
they would
Seriously.
develop a toy and then create a story to sell it.
It's
So it
like
was good. Mask, absolutely.
They're all
The
Boulder Hill.
Masked Crusaders or whatever.
No. Boulder Hill, Thunderhawk, Rhino.
They put the mask on and become powerful, like they
No,
transform.
Not
These
really.
guys, they Mask was like their cars and stuff would transform.
Oh, okay.
Like it
And-
might look like a van, but it's really a mobile attack unit. You know,
And MASK was an acronym for something. which I don't
mobile
remember.
assault. See, mobile assault strike command
There we go.
was Mask.
With a K. Command with a K.
Yeah, of course it was. It was the 80s. Of course, command had a K.
That's cool.
But
Man, I
those,
feel like I missed out.
those toys are awesome.
Well, the 80s, I know we've done done toy episodes before, but the mid to late 80s, or even early to the entire decade, had some of the coolest toys, the most imaginative toys that you haven't seen since, and you may not ever see.
Mhm.
Like the G.I. Joe General.
Or just, I mean, like G.I. Joes in general.
Yeah.
There was it was a huge line of characters and vehicles and stuff. Then you had like Transformers going on at the same time, Masters of the Universe. Like girls were getting in on it with like the action figure game with She-Ra. It was such a groovy time to be like, if you get a chance, get on Netflix and watch the Toys That Made Us. Super cool stuff, and most of those are set in the 80s.
Sweet.
God. Now, if the kid who got the USS Flag for Christmas, the G.I. Joe playset, that kid was cool.
All right, there was a kid down the street from me, my friend, there's a picture of it on Facebook of us. It was me and him and the USS Flag. He got it for one Christmas morning. He is like, and I, of course, you go down the street. We live 2 houses down. I went and said, "Man, what'd you get for Christmas?" It's like, "Dude, USS Flag." This thing is like 8 foot long.
Yeah,
It took up a sizable chunk. It was the size of a piece of furniture.
It is
in their living
was
room.
huge.
It was, and I'm not exaggerating when I say it was 8 foot long. It was somewhere between 6 and 8 feet long. It was huge. And
I mean,
like,
that's pretty awesome.
it was the most amazing play set in the history of toys ever. Nothing will ever
It
top
was
that.
the largest playset ever made, I believe.
Well, yeah, I don't know what could top it.
How long did it take to assemble that thing?
Probably a good portion of Christmas Eve, if I had to
Yeah,
guess.
Christmas. Jesus. Wow.
Yeah, that was
I don't have like a big, like assembled apparatus that I got for Christmas. I mean, we got a ping pong table one year. That was fun.
that's a good one.
So most of the after we opened the presents and ate, we spent most of the evening just playing ping pong. So
We got, and this makes us sound bougie and like I'm really fancy. My one year when I was about 15 or 16, my parents got me and my siblings a pool table.
ooh, no, that's cool.
Yeah, it was down in my parents' basement.
If you will.
There was a big open area. My dad's always wanted a pool table, and my grandparents had one whenever I was little, so I've always enjoyed shooting the billiards, if you will. Play a little 8-ball in my day. And I wanted one, so I convinced my brother and sister, it'd be cool if we had a pool table in the basement, So my parents got us a pool table one year for Christmas. We went somewhere and came home, and there was a pool table there. And it was
really? They had someone deliver it while you guys were away, or?
Well, we went to my grandparents or something sometime, and I had an aunt and uncle that lived just I say they were our neighbors. They were about a quarter of a mile away, but they came in and let them in and let the guys set it up and all that. So we got a pool table one year for Christmas, and that probably got more miles out of it next to my Nintendo, next to that
Sure.
NES. It got more miles out of it than any other Christmas present ever.
You know, if
Did
there
you
was
get good at
one, oh, go ahead, Charles.
Sorry, did you get good at pool?
I got seriously not bad. I wouldn't say that I was good, but chances are I could beat you.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I was gonna say if there was one activity I wish I was better at, it would be pool. I think it is so neat just watching good pros play that, and they make it look so damn easy.
It's hypnotizing.
Yeah.
When you like, if you've ever played, it's like watching golf. Like if you've never played golf, you don't appreciate it. But if you've ever played, you can watch it on TV and go, "Wow, that guy's amazing," because they can do things that you can't. Watching pool on like ESPN, if it still comes on, I don't know if it does or not. It used to.
It's like an ESPN2 type of thing.
Right. Yeah, the Ocho. It was on the
ESPN
Ocho.
3 now.
But you would, if you played any at all, and you'd watch those guys, you'd realize how hard it is. They're looking like 3 shots ahead,
Mhm.
and where to leave the ball every time, and how to
Oh, yeah.
just put this much English on it and hit it this hard.
Put what on it? English?
But when you put spin on the ball,
That's called English?
Yeah.
Huh, I did not know that. See,
It's-
I'm learning things.
Pool takes a lot of physics.
Oh, yeah.
It's nothing but physics, pretty much. It's a good way to learn physics.
and trigonometry,
And trigonometry.
and being able to picture angles and things like that. Yeah, me and one of my buddies especially, we played a lot of pool, and it got to be whoever missed first for a little while. Whoever missed first lost, because we were both pretty good. And I think he still plays a little bit. I hadn't played any, except like I'll go up to dad's and her mom and dad's, and we'll play every probably 5th time I'm up there. But I'm not good at all anymore. I got to be pretty good, but I'm not anymore.
I like
got
to
to be-
learn again.
I got to be
learn.
good at foosball.
Oh, we
I
got a
can't-
foosball table one year too. Thanks for the reminder, Charles. Yes,
That's a
we
good
got
reason.
one. Yeah.
I could kick. I could play to both of you guys at once and probably beat you.
You're probably right. I'm
Yeah,
terrible.
you're
at
probably
football.
right.
I was like, when Jen was at the dorm in Columbia, they're like, I would be going against 3 guys in the dorm. Me against 3 guys. And I would just shut them out. They wouldn't score a point on me.
That's a skill for sure.
A lot of like back and forth hand-eye coordination.
But it's just getting the ball right off the serve.
Mhm.
Just having a quick snap of the wrist.
Yep, that's what we our foosball table got a lot of use, and I think by the end of all things, I mean, one of the turners was just that was out of date, and one was kind of snapped in half almost. We played a lot of foosball. It was fun. It was good. It was a good
I
time.
feel like that's awesome. I really wish I had a pool table now. I think I could, even just by myself, I would play and just have a good time.
Could it fit in the bob?
No,
Ah,
probably not. It's not. I don't think it's wide enough. It's only 12 foot 12 foot wide. I don't think that'd be wide enough for a pool table because it's
You gotta get an add-on.
Yeah, no, I'm not adding anything on. I'll get another building.
two
One of
bobs.
these days.
Bob
No.
point oh.
Bob 1.0. No, one of these days I'll
Bob
build
2.
something somewhere else that's not here, and I'll have a bigger room than this. But which the big old building, I love it. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah. Any more gifts you guys want to share with
What
our
and
audience?
This kind of goes back to the video game thing.
Let's do it.
I said 1987 before. Now I'm going to go to 1998. 1998 was the year that Super Mario Brothers 2 came out, and Zelda 2. They came out the same year, right before Christmas.
98
And-
or 88?
Excuse me, 88. 1988.
Okay, I was like, wait, what?
I'm a horrible storyteller. So let's go back to Christmas of
2008. No.
And I didn't know it at the time, but in hindsight, now I do. Super Mario Brothers 2 was a scarcity that Christmas. You couldn't find it. It was a huge hit.
Mhm.
So, anyways, we were coming down, and we always did Santa Claus put stuff in the stocking. So we would Santa Claus wouldn't wrap presents, so we would see the presents and like, oh, we got stuff, and then you'd have whatever up from your parents under the tree. But before that, you got to empty your stocking, and you had candy and a little trinkets or whatever in your stocking. Well, the very toe of my stocking, my cousin was there with us, and she dumped hers out, and she got Super Mario Brothers 2 in the very tip of her stocking.
Oh,
I said, "Excuse me, what is this?" So I get to shaking, and I'm flopping, and I'm flinging, and here it is, right at the bottom. Sure enough, Mario was sailing through the air carrying a turnip. Right there with Super Mario Brothers 2.
How big were those stockings? My God.
Well, they were man-sized stockings.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they were the like you get at Walmart, or the red felt with the white at the top.
Yeah. Could they fit a Nintendo box in there? I'm thinking.
Oh yeah. Crammed it
Okay.
down the top. Absolutely.
Nice.
Nintendo boxes weren't ginormous.
No, I mean they were. Yeah, I mean they were probably 6 inches across, maybe. Probably.
I haven't seen one in a long time, I guess.
I can't quite reach one, or I'd show you.
All right. Yeah. That's cool. They fit in stockings, though.
But yeah, they fit right down in the toe. So I got Super Mario Brothers 2 crammed in that stocking. And that was a cool memory. If I just thought, I didn't get it, Santa Claus didn't leave it out. I was like, oh man, that I really wanted that one. And then lo and behold, here it is, right in the toe of my stocking.
What did we do before you could reserve games at like GameStop and stuff? Just like, was it a crapshoot back in those days?
Yeah.
There were knives involved. There were stabbings. There were fights. It's like there people got killed getting Cabbage Patch Kids.
That I remember. Yeah.
No joke. My aunt got not a fist fight, but she was in a altercation with somebody over a Cabbage Patch doll. That was funny.
I'll bet. I mean, I saw the history of those. It's ridiculous.
But the games and stuff, they didn't have release dates. They just kind of showed up at a store eventually, and you just have to like, hey, do you have this game on your shelf? Or you'd go look, and like there's just a handful of games that I remember getting that weren't gifts. I had a little extra money when I was a kid from birthday or whatever.
Yeah.
And we went to Walmart, and this would have been 1988 ish, and they just had the whatever pull out on the shelf. You could just go they were on the hang tabs. You could just go get them off the shelf. You didn't have to get them out of the case.
That, yeah.
I went to there and said, hey, do you have Punch Out? I wanted Mike Tyson's Punch Out. And they said, well, we've got one, but we're holding it for somebody. Come back in a little while. And sure enough, my parents went and did whatever shopping we did at Walmart, and he came back and they said, well, he didn't come get it. Here you go. There's your Punch Out. So that's kind of how you did it. You just went to the store and saw what they had.
Interesting. Okay. I remember the tags at like the bigger name stores like Toys R Us, but it was always see what they have this time and see if you want one of them. Man, it's funny how things have changed.
Oh yeah, now we reserve stuff. We get it, we order it a year in advance, and it shows up with
editions and yeah.
It's not even that big a deal. Speaking of, hey, did y'all see that Celeste is coming out for the Switch?
I did see that. Yeah, I heard that was a good game.
Release. Yeah, and it's not even one of those limited run things where you have to hurry up and snag it. It's a 2-week pre-order
on LRG or what?
Yeah, limited run games, but it's the 2-week pre-orders. You don't have to hurry up and snag it. You've got 2 weeks to order it.
When does that go live?
January 1st.
Sweet. Oh wow.
So you got plenty of time. Yeah, it's going to be New Year's Day, so we'll do. I'll be getting that one for sure.
Yeah, I heard that was fun. I want to try that one.
I've been wanting to play it. I've been wanting to, and I just for some reason haven't. And I think it was divine intervention. I think physical release is the reason I haven't bought it yet.
And also, I think Persona 5 is finally coming to the Switch, right? Is that what
really? I don't know. I
would guess. I'd hope so because of Joker being announced for Smash, but who knows? Who knows? That's neither here nor there. We are, unfortunately, my friends, running out of time, so I'm going to hand the floor back to Turf. And Turf, do you mind giving it the goodbye shtick?
Man, not at all. If you've enjoyed this episode of Our Parents' Basement, you can find, I don't know, what number is this? 1, 2, 3? You can find 122 other episodes on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Spotify, Tuned In, anywhere else you can download podcasts. Be sure to put them on your mobile device. Listen to us in the car. Listen to us on the jog. Whatever you want to do, just listen to us. You might enjoy it. We say funny stuff and make dick jokes a lot. So there's all of that. We're mildly entertaining, or I think we're mildly funny and moderately offensive, but I think we're highly entertaining. How about that? And if you want
I agree.
If you want to see the video version of this podcast, you can check us out on YouTube. It's Our Parents Basement Podcast on YouTube. Just like and subscribe, and you'll get a little notification on your phone. And if you want to interact with us, you can always hit us up on Facebook.com/OPB Podcast. That's Our Parents Basement Podcast. You can hit us up on Twitter at OPB Podcast and Instagram at OPB Podcast. Be sure to check us out. Be sure to say what's up. We love hearing from y'all. And that's what we got.
All right. Nicely done. Anything else, my friends?
I got nothing.
All right. Well,
Y'all
stay
don't
tuned
forget.
for next week. We have a very special Christmas episode, which I'm looking forward to. So until then, take care of yourselves. We'll see you real soon.
Merry Christmas.
Later. Merry Christmas.